We continue learning Hachzek Musar Yaimi, learning about Bitachon. And after we finish learning what our attitude should be when we're on the giving end, whether we're in an emotional, whether we are in a vacuum that there is no one dependent upon us, or whether we are in a situation in which there are people dependent upon us. We have learned the attitude that we should have in both scenarios, that when we're giving, that when we're helping, that when we're there for someone else, we're doing it for the right reasons and not the ulterior motives. And when we're in a situation that we can't give to others, we work on our own inward growth. Continues the Chovos Halevavos on page 172 and says, what about when you're on the receiving end? What is one's attitude? What is the hishtadlus? What is the way that we view the world when we are taking, when we are receiving from others? Says the Chovos Halevavos, Aval Afnei B'Tchaynai Ala Loikav. Let's understand the ways of Bitachon and Hashem. Be'inyanei mishulamala mimenu mishulamata mimenu mikitas b'nei Adam. What we should think, how we should react, how we should act, whether they're those who are above us or those that are below us in society. The proper approach, says Rabbeinu Bechai, when it comes that one has to ask, one has to ask something from someone that is greater than him. I shouldn't say greater, above him, or below him. You have to ask someone for help. When I'm asking him for help, when I'm asking the boss for the raise, when I'm asking a friend to come and pick me up, what is my attitude? I'm believing and I'm relying on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that Hashem should consider these people, they should be the conduit to give me that which I need. Just like we've been learning till now, that when we are the conduit, when we are giving, all we are is the means, the avenue, the hishtadlus, to allow that which Hashem desired to come to fruition. So too, when we're asking of someone else, our mindset has to be, we're asking of them, but it's not that we're begging them and we're subservient to them, because the them is not what's going to determine what happens. It's ultimately our bitachon is that Hashem should determine that they should be the right conduit to give that which we need. Says the Chovos Halevavos, let's paint a picture. A farmer works the land and he plants it in order that he has parnasa. And if Hashem desires, and if Hashem determines, then what's going to happen? The seed is going to sprout and he's going to have a beautiful crop. If a person goes and he thanks the ground, you're incredible, thank you, you've produced such a wonderful crop. What lush tomatoes and beautiful apples. That's ridiculous. So who does the thanks go to? The thanks go to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who is the one that allowed the field to grow. And if Hashem decided, no, you're going to plant, you're going to water, you're going to do everything, but l'ma'isa, it's not going to happen. And the land's not going to grow. Or maybe it will sprout. It will be, the crop is going to be damaged. In such a situation, what's he going to do? Start screaming at the land, what are you doing? You didn't grow a good crop. That would be ridiculous. So says the Chovos Halevavos, the same thing is true. That when you're asking of someone something, when you're asking the boss for the raise, when you're asking a friend for help, when you're asking a family member to do something for you, that whether the person is weak or whether the person is strong, whether you actually think they could do what you need or not, then what you think of them should be the same. And so what do you mean it should be the same? Just like you don't scream at the land and you don't feel that, the land did something wrong or did something right, but rather all the avenue, the tefillah, the thanks, everything is going to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that determines if it's going to happen. So too, if someone's asking of someone else, it should be the same thing. And therefore, if it works, you ask the boss for the raise and he gave you the raise. So who do you thank? You don't thank the boss. You don't thank the land for growing beautiful tomatoes. Of course, you're going to thank the boss, but who does the real thanks go to? You thank Hashem that He answered your request. Of course, you also thank the person that did it for you. Why? Because He, Lamaisa, was the conduit. He was the vehicle to give you that which you needed. And you thanked Him that Hashem allowed Him to be that vehicle for you. And it's well known, Hashem only allows a tzaddik, a good person, to be the one to give the good. So of course you have to thank Him. And not often is hefsid brought about through good people. Says the pasuk, no injustice comes through a tzaddik. Unless he doesn't, you don't get the raise. He doesn't do the favor for you. You don't blame him. And you don't say that, oh, you didn't work hard enough. You didn't try hard enough to give me that which I needed. Just like you don't scream at the land for not producing that crop. Rather, you thank Hashem. Hashem, obviously, for whatever its reason, realized and determined that it's not for your best. It's not for your, whatever the situation is, to have that which you desired. And he prays and he thanks those that they did whatever they could do, and it just wasn't meant to be, even though you didn't get what you thought you wanted. Same thing should be whether it's a mutual friend, whether it's a close friend, people you're business with, your attendants, your partners, everyone you realize are the conduit. They get their appropriate thanks. They don't get screamed at. They still get thanked. They did what they could do. Ultimately, Hashem determined that it should not be. An incredible mind eye-opening to the entire world, as we mentioned. That we're all those puppets. Different people are going to be different conduits, different actors in the play. So of course, you thank the actor that did it for you, but the ultimate thanks doesn't go to the actor. The ultimate thanks goes to the puppeteer that allowed him to be the conduit, thanking Hashem, just like we don't scream or yell at the land or thank the land, kiss the land for growing the crop, but rather it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We'll pick up from here in the next year. B'siyata Dishmaya.